Alright guys, this is what I'm doing. My garden is coming apart completely. You see I ripped out already 4 of the big tomato plants. And taking all this apart that's in here. You can see all the tomatoes. I need to get this done and put up because I've got a few more projects I've got to do before I have my knee done. And knee still is a month out, but still it takes time for the projects, and I did not want to worry about the garden. So I'm pulling all the T-posts out, rolling up all my fencing. There's my tomato cages. I'll pull these T-posts out too. All these tomatoes here will go out to my secondary compost pile. I'm not putting it in my first one because this has seeds, and most likely they'll start to go ahead and grow tomatoes if I use it for compost for next year. So I always put fresh tomatoes or peppers, whatever it may be, it goes in my secondary one unless I take the seeds out. So we've got all this. That will go, I'm actually going to save that. I'm going to put it on the other side of this building over here. I believe I told you all I'm thinking about making a change. I'm going to make the change. My wife and I talked about it and it sounds like a smooth move. So I'm going to go ahead next year put these 3-foot above ground beds in here, and they're all Hugelkultur also. So my goal is during the summer collect as much wood debris as I can, which I should have no problem. If y'all notice, yeah, I live in the woods, so it shouldn't be an issue there. What I want to do is, the soil is so good here that I'm probably going to scoop the top foot and a half off the top, and I'm going to stack it up over there on the other side of the chicken coop. And then on this big tree you see right there, directly behind it at the bottom, there's probably 1 dump truck load of that sandy soil that's really, you can't grow nothing in it. I'll bring that, put that in here. So I'm going to keep on going here. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, it don't look like it. And I need to get my pallets from way out there and start stacking all my tomato cages, my fencing. I stack them all together, and I have a big... Okay, I'm continuing on with the garden, and pretty much the garden is just empty except for the cherry tomato plant. My wife wanted me to keep it over here for one more day, a couple more days. I told her it'd be the last thing I take out because she's still getting cherry tomatoes. But we're cleaning it all out. Bushes are all gone. That's my last cherry tomato. I've been watering that a couple of times for her. But other than that, that's it. So what I'm doing now is going to show you. I have a pallet here, and on this pallet I put all my cages on there. I strap them all together, and all that will go on here. And now some of that is rolled wire, which I put out back separately, but all the cages will get on top of this pallet, all tied together, secured. All the T-posts I put on a pallet over there, and so I keep my garden T-post and all my cages all together. That way I don't have to worry about finding more T-posts. What's the difference between my T-posts? I cut all those spears off the ends of these, all of them. So that way it goes through the mat without, see, here's the hole right here, that black one. So I don't have to have a bigger hole made. It just goes right through here. So I cut all the spears off. So I keep them all separate. Every one of them. Alright, so I'm going to continue getting this all done and stacking all these cages up on my pallet. I stack them up real high and I tie it all together with rope. It becomes very secure. Alright, here we go. I've got my cages all stacked up. I've got them all tied together. It's all one piece. Got the rope that goes all the way around it. I've got one that attaches to the pallet. I've got the tops. These here are 3-footers. These are what I use for my pepper plants. I put these smaller ones that's in here inside. I've got them all inside the tubes. So this is basically ready to go back out to where I keep it at. And And then I've got to come back and get these rolls. All right, I got the T-post all gathered up. I've got my fencing on here. Like I said, I keep all this together. That way, when it comes next year, when I want garden stuff, I've got garden pallets. All right, we're gonna start working on the getting the black mat up. Last night, I went ahead and swept all the tomatoes up, and it ended up being just one bucket load from the tractor. And I took that and dumped that way out there in my dump zone. Looks like probably that mat I'll probably throw away. Maybe I'll keep it, and then next year if I decide to use whatever I use, I can use some of it or whatever. You know what I mean? Hate to just throw it away, but it is starting to fall apart. You can see how it tore apart right in that big area. So, all right. As you can see, this is all done. I got that little door open over there also, and I was moving all this mat in there. And I didn't know those 3 chickens right around the corner, so as soon as I moved that door, they were out of here. So they're out there in the woods somewhere. I just died there. They're right there. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them right there. But they'll come around. They'll come back in here later on. So, yes, this is done. I'm happy we got it done. And now I can let the birds run here, and they can run over there. And they have that water that goes in between them both, so that's fine. I do want to change their water. I'm going to even update that even more. So, anyway, I'm tired. I'm whooped. I'll bring you over to the other spot over there here in a second. Look at the other gardens. Okay, well, as you can tell, I rototilled it. It was up about another 1.5 feet tall. I had all that hay in there. I've been cutting the grass, and grass clippings have been filling in here. So I went ahead and tilled it. Let's get it broken down some more. And then during the winter, I'll keep adding more stuff in here. And I'm probably going to go ahead and make a double wide to get double the amount of potatoes out of it. And that's probably all I'll do. For now, we'll just see how things go. But I did want to get this done. So that is done. It looks good. That tiller works really good. And then I went ahead and tilled the trellis garden. Got all that weed, all the junk that was in there. There was also, I threw grass in there and stuff. So that's all in here. I moved my 2 buckets that was in the main garden over here. Next thing I gotta do is go over there and start flipping the garlic and the hay, the garlic and the onion. I'll mess with that probably tomorrow, get that all straightened out. And then all these things are set. The garlic probably definitely be at the end of September, maybe 1st of October-ish. I'll put some garlic in the ground. So we're getting close to them. And I really need to get that spun around. I flipped that around, the garlic, already a couple times. But I just put some more grass in there. So that's it. Everything's looking good. I'm glad that garden part's done over there. That'll let the birds run free. And yeah, that worked out great. All right, let me get going and I'll show you what else I got going on.